Hello again. Um, I just had to. I don't know. I had an urge to post what I was thinking because it occurred to me. Maybe it's a little, maybe an insight into my condition that I don't think I've expressed this particular these particular ideas yet. I don't think I've done a few videos already, but I don't think that I've been trying to both express myself in a way that can provide, I guess, something to relate to for other people who suffer from chronic pain. But in addition, I hope to convey some, you really can't understand what someone else does. This is not just unique to me, but or to anybody with one particular situation. Most people have a good sense of compassion, but we still, we just cannot relate to a situation that's beyond our experience. You have no frame of reference. So one of the things that a lot of people who suffer from a chronic pain or any kind of chronic condition like this have to encounter. They have to just, nobody doesn't have this in their life where there's somebody who doesn't understand what this is like, or more than one person, or some people, they face this with everybody they know. And although you really can't understand exactly what it's like, the more information you have, the better. That goes, that's obvious for anything. And I've actually had quite a few productive days recently. I was, my wife and I, moving around a lot of my furniture because I'm gonna be I'm just reorganizing so that because I'm doing some different kind of professional work than I used to, and so I have a home office and just kind of making myself more productive. There's a lot in in your workspace and your environment in general, that if it's neat, if it's organized, and if it's a place where you can be productive and efficient, and you can work, and you don't feel like there's a mess. You can get things done and create or whatever. It's beneficial. It has a conducive atmosphere. So we were doing that the other day, and it's hard work. It's a lot of work, especially for somebody in pain all the time. And then yesterday, we had my son over, and he did some magic tricks. He showed me the things that he's been practicing, and we made some jewelry together. I crafted him a ring. And he sat and he enjoyed learning the process and everything. So it's great. And I have productive days like that, and it happens. It's I most of the time it's somewhere in between, about halfway between laying in bed all day because I'm in too much pain, or having a great day where I'm very productive, get a lot of things accomplished, or entertain, or whatever it may be. But you live life. It's whatever your experience may be. Having a day like that is terrific, but most of the time it's somewhere in between. I may spend a few hours laying down just trying to cope with the pain, and I may spend a few hours, and this is not necessarily a time, but I may get a couple of hours worth of anything done. And so but I'm laying here. I mean, today my pain is pretty bad. I'm sure part of what contributed to to today's pain level is the activities that I've been doing, but I don't regret it at all. But I kind of feel like part of me is saying, just get up and go do something. I want to, actually. I mean, I want to, because there's things I want to do, that I'm eager to do. It's not even a question of needing to do something, but At the same time, if I get up to go to the bathroom, or I get up to go get a drink of water or something, or it hurts, and I kind of like, I make do whatever I need to do, and I just come back to my couch and I lay down because I need to. It hurts too much. It hurts too much to, and I say to myself, well, suck it up, endure it, but and then I try, and then it's like, it hurts so much. I need to lay down. I need to give myself a little break and try to recuperate, spend a little time. Sorry about that. I touched my iPhone and suddenly the ambient lighting starts getting brighter. And I should not give myself guilt. I shouldn't feel like I'm being neglectful or anything like that. And I know that here, but at the same time, I I just I still just have like a drive to get up and just do something productive, even though it hurts. And then I have a part of me that's telling me, if it hurts, then you gotta rest. You have to lay down because it's not good for your body to experience constant pain. And but then I lay down for a little while. I'm like, well, the pain's not going away, and I don't want to lay here all day. So I want to get something done. And it kind of just goes back and forth. And I think it's like a day like this, which this is like the more difficult type of thing to. It's on top of actual physical pain. Is this kind of, it's not a crisis, but it's this where you feel like you need to have a sense of accomplishment, of achievement, but you're incapacitated. You know that I mean, you feel the pain. You know that just resting helps you get relief, and sooner or later you won't be in as much pain. You'll be able to be more productive again. So you don't really need to add to that by giving yourself like a guilty feeling of neglecting your responsibility, or even give yourself just feel like, not necessarily guilty, but that you things that you could be doing. You have to weigh it against the pain you got to endure in order to do those things. Maybe it's worth it, and then it's too much, so you lay down again a little bit and rest more. And that struggle, on top of just the physical pain, that struggle is a very big thing for somebody, because for myself at least, I really thrive on productivity. I don't like being still and just being given stimulus. If it's by, I mean, I like watching documentaries because even though I'm just sitting there and watching, I'm learning something. But I don't like to just be idle and be entertained and just absorb. I like to do things that are creative. And so for me, it's on top of the pain that it's like, it hurts a lot. But if I can just deal with that, then fine. But on top of that, it's taking away my ability to feel like I'm a functional person. And even though I know, again, up here, that I'll have a better day tomorrow or the next day, and I'll have some days where I'm really productive, I know because I experience it and I remind myself. But at the same time, it's in a day like this where I'm just laying here, just coping with the pain and avoiding any kind of strenuous activity, that you would think I don't know. I mean, I think that it makes sense reasoning that you'll have a better day, so just rest. And at the same time, I don't think it's like impatience, because I am a patient person, and it's not like restlessness. It's more like a motivation that I can't shut up my motivation. So I still want to do things. I'm driven, but at the same time, it's like I'm driven using that terminology. It's like I'm hitting the gas, but the parking brake is on, so I'm prevented from my motivation making leading to productivity, or to doing something that makes me feel like a functional person. I hope that the way I've described this makes sense. I think it'll actually make sense for people who can relate to this because of experience. But I hope that for somebody who does not share anything like this, does not suffer from any kind of chronic condition like this, I hope that this somehow is insightful, because that's part of why I'm doing this. Imagine that you are really driven to accomplish something, but you can't, not because of like something stopping your work or whatever, but something preventing you from actually moving. It's uh it's very different from, I think it's very different from anything that you can relate to in your own experience. So you kind of have to like use your imagination a little bit. Like in a dream, sometimes if you're trying to walk but you feel like you're walking on water, that's the motivation inside me to do something that's productive, that is enjoyable also, and yet my functionality is being held back because it's too painful. I hope I hope that somehow I've communicated something new to you. But that's how today is going, and it occurred to me to share this. So hopefully, some people can learn something from it, and hopefully others who are in my similar predicament can maybe feel a sense of I don't know, understanding that other people are going through the same thing. And I hope to say something again soon. Bye.